Welcome to Alchemy Avenue, where we transform in real time, trust the vibe, and grow on purpose. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement, a reminder that you don't need fixing, just unlocking. Around here, we laugh, we build, we heal, and we elevate, all powered by that deep inner knowing that says, this is exactly where I'm meant to be. You were made for this version of you, so let's expand, let's enjoy it, and let's keep becoming who we already are. Tap in. This is Alchemy Avenue. Welcome back to Alchemy Avenue. Hope that you're being well. Let's build today. Let's be empowered, and let's move with confidence in everything we do. Let's get to it. Today, we're going to be working with and building with the remembered architect, building reality from knowing. In this episode, I'm going to invite us to step into the identity of the remembered you, the version of you that no longer seeks proof, but creates from inner authority. You're not trying to become anything. You're activating what already exists. Again, you're not trying to become anything. You're activating what already exists inside of you. You're no longer rehearsing your power, you're building with it. Let's get into some key ways and some key identifiers, at least from my perspective, of walking in your knowing and understanding what that looks like from like a day-to-day aspect. When you can sit with stillness, not silence. So I'm gonna say that again, sit with stillness, not silence. The knowing speaks in calm, not absence. Get quiet enough to hear what's always been true, not just what's loud. Feel your frequency before you think your thoughts. When you start to feel that, when you start to, something happens and you instantly just kind of get into that groove, or you get into a comfortable vibration. That's what that means when you feel your frequency before you think your thoughts. Ask, what is this energy? Am I in the right now? And does it match what I say I believe? Notice what no longer feels like a big deal. That part when things happen, it doesn't feel like a chaotic event, or it doesn't feel like the world is ending. If peace feels normal, overflow feels calm, or clarity isn't shocking, that's knowing. I love that. Celebrate without evidence. If you feel the gratitude before it shows up, you're not manifesting, you're remembering, because you're feeling it first without even physical, tangible evidence of whatever that is for you. In any situation, you already feel gratitude. You already feel amazing about that situation and everything else. Respond differently to what used to trigger you. That's a big one. That's another way that you can recognize you are in the remembering. When the old patterns arise, you meet it with breath, not battle. That's a key sign no one has arrived. Reverse mirror work. Visualize your higher self looking at you. How would they affirm, guide, or pour into your current reality? I like that. I've done that. That's something I've done, and it kind of changed. It really changed my perspective on how I view myself. Speak light without needing agreement. If you're okay with being misunderstood while standing in your truth, you're vibrating from knowing, not approval. Choose from vision, not history. When decisions are made from who you're becoming instead of what you survive. Oof. That right there. Man, that right there is that's a quantum leap when you do that. When you can make decisions from who you're becoming instead of making decisions from survival mode. That's a quantum leap when you can start doing that. And it feels And you're in a space where when you're there, because the old program still plays, but it doesn't feel comfortable anymore. The new normal just feels like the logical next step. And the old program, even though it still plays sometimes, you don't plug into it. Create without the urge to perform. No one doesn't rush to be seen. It expresses because it's real, not because it needs applause. Trust the subtle. If you notice the gentle ease, the softened resistance, the micro shifts that your soul is saying, this is it. That's a big one right there. I love it. I love it. You'll know you've begun something. You've remembered when the need to prove disappears and it's replaced by quiet, certain, that says, I've been this all along. Today's episode is not about becoming anything. It's about building from the version of you that never forgot. And if you're wondering if you started, trust me, you have. The proof isn't outside. The frequency already arrived. So let's build on that today, because I just kind of want to collectively help us all walk in that remembering, because I don't think, that we have to fix or we have to wait on certain, things to happen in our life, or wait on different, people or different opportunities. We can remember who we are once we get comfortable with who we are. Once we do, again, like we talk about, once we do our work, our shadow work, our, traumas and different things that can, hinder us. Once we start to work on those, take those positive steps, then we'll get to these spaces where we just remember that, oh, wow, I've been this all along. And it's okay to come to that realization and want to walk towards that clarity each and every day, all moments of every day. The field responds to the remembered you. When you operate from remembrance, not doubt, the field has no choice but to shift. It does. So once you have that confidence and you move in the remembered version of you, then your perspective and the way life unfolds for you, it literally, I say it like that because it literally unfolds for you in the way that you're thinking. It does it now, but the more powerful way to do it is to do it from the knowing who you are, remembering who you are. Once you do that, then the way that it opens up it's just incredible. When you operate from remembrance, not doubt, the field just, again, it doesn't have a choice. It really doesn't have a choice. It doesn't at all. You are no longer seeking signs. You are the signal. So instead of you saying, oh, I need to see this for this to happen, just because your mindset and your perspective is already in that space, you are the signal. So when you show up physically and vibrationally with that mindset, with that confidence, with that abundance, and whatever you want to do, and whatever that is, then that's when things open up for you. So you don't have to look externally for those things. You are the thing that you think you need to better move forward. The identity that transforms timelines is not the seeker, but the builder. And with this concept, you're building. You're always building. You're always building. Here we're just creating I think with these last 10 episodes, I think we're building a great foundation just for how our mind can be grounded and understand and start to understand better who we are. And once you get more comfortable with understanding yourself and understanding how you want to move, I can't tell you how to move. No one else can tell you how to move. with how you feel. You want to move with confidence, with clarity. And not saying all these things are going to happen all at once, all the time. They're not. The clarity part of it, the confidence part of it is understanding that if something happens or things change, and you still have the answers though. That's the part I think we miss sometimes. Even I miss. We miss it because it's new or it doesn't feel like it used to feel, and that's okay for us to, recognize the shift and then switch accordingly. It's perfectly fine to do that. That's what growth is. If you didn't grow, you would still just be doing the same things over and over again. But recognizing the shift and recognizing that you want to shift, that's the growth part of it. So now, once you recognize that, you're able to put whatever you want to put there in that place. So if you, dealt with things in your life where, you was a people pleaser and now you don't want to be that anymore. Now you see the areas that you did do that, or you recognize the areas that you want to start working on doing that. Because if you're a people pleaser and you just, you've been doing it for a while, it's hard to break that, but you find little ways that you can break it. And then you just keep going incrementally and, keep going. Those little steps at a time become big steps over time. But then you build confidence in yourself. So expectations are not waiting rooms, they're launch pads. Stop treating high expectations like a delay tactic. It's okay to want to dream and have whatever you believe that you can do, should do, and will do as something that you want to achieve. Have that. Work towards that. You didn't get the idea for no reason. Now you got to find a way to implement it. You got to start this in this way to get to the next point. Do it. Your anticipation is architecture. It's laying frequency grids. See, that's when we're talking about your anticipation, because now you're in a space where, okay, this is, and I don't want to say it like I'm anticipating, I'm just waiting, or no, be excited. What that really is speaking to is that being excited now for whatever that is. Be in totally feel it. How would you live if that, whatever that is, happened today? Or how would you, how would you wake up? How would you drive your car? How would you go to the store? How would you do the things? Just be in total excitement, gratitude for just the idea of you creating from whatever you have now to that thing that you want to be coming up. You no longer, the longer you hold and align expectation, the more velocity your launch pad gains. Exactly what we just was talking about. You are aligned, you have great expectation, you're vibrating, you're moving with confidence, and that just creates more momentum. Frequency over thought. Ask yourself, am I ready to trust the vibration more than I trust my thoughts? To me, that's a big key right there. A huge key. And sometimes your thoughts may say, I can't do this, or how can I do this? I only have, or I only come from this family, or I only have these resources. You're super infinite. You're super infinite. Just got to come with the ideas and come with the plan. I'm not saying it's just that simple, but start with the ideas and keep thinking, what can I do every day? Or I'm going to do this just plan it. I'm going to do this on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays or Monday, Wednesday, I'm going to do this in regards to that dream or that next step in what you want to do. Maybe writing a book. Every Monday and Wednesday at 8 o'clock or 9 p.m., I'm going to spend an hour just, brainstorming and just getting everything together. That progress right there, that's definitely momentum. So you have to trust the vibration, because once you get into this space, it's gonna happen anyway. It is. Once you start moving and once you start to do all the things that's helping you be a better you will start to feel things before you even see them. You will feel them, and they will be so comfortable. There will be the next logical step in your mind. It will be, but you don't have a physical evidence of it, and your mind may say, or it may still play the programming of lack, or I don't have the resources, any kind of lack or negative or whatever you want to call it, talk that may creep back in. It's going to come, but you have to be in a space where and it may sound weird to say that I trust the vibration more than I thought, because you may say, oh, this is real though. I don't have that. Okay. If that's what you want to believe, this is almost like, so if you grew up in the church, this is like faith talk. Just to kind of equate it, because this may go over some people's head, so I kind of want to bring it back. Some people understand exactly what I'm saying. Some people understand exactly what I'm saying. So this is similar to having faith, but faith is more of like a belief. But to bring it kind of back down to kind of, so people can understand, it's like faith. It's like having the faith to do it, because you don't see it. You don't see it physically, but you see it in your mind. But this is knowing. So I don't believe anything. I know that the things that I want to do, or the situations that I want to happen, I know they're going to happen for me in great and amazing ways. I gotta have that that's just the expectation of it. Thoughts can be distorted by programming. Vibration holds your truest data. That old programming can run. When it runs, it sprints. It sprints at times. But once it starts to slow down, and you don't plug, like you will hear the negative talk or the old programming or whatever it is, you'll hear that in your mind, and it doesn't wash over you like it used to, or you don't plug into it like you used to. It's like somebody whispers something to you, and you just like, okay, and you don't want to hear it, but you again, it's still there, but you don't want to hear it. Then you'll get to the point, and I'm sure at some point, I haven't got there yet, where you just don't hear that at all. Like it doesn't play. It plays very low now for me, but it still plays. So I still feel great about my journey and how I'm moving through this. This episode will explore how to recognize when you're thinking from a script, that's that programming, versus vibrating from your truth. So vibrating from your truth trumps anything that may be said from anybody else, or even what your ego can conjure up. Your vibration matters. Your vibration trumps all of that. Aura acceleration, energy field expansion. That right there is, then we go into, definitely another level. So, cause you can, your aura, that's, so if you don't know your aura is like your field, your vibrational field that's around you. Those feelings can change how you move and how you operate through life. So once that starts to feel more comfortable for you, and you start to recognize your aura, and you start to you start getting more comfortable with those kind of, I guess people used to call them woo woo, or people call them like, those out of this world kind of concepts. Nah, because once you start to feel yourself moving more powerfully, you'll start to feel different, and that feeling it's going to be something that, so it's twofold. It's going to be new to your physical form, but vibrationally and spiritually, it's going to be what we've been talking about. It's going to be something that you always remember, because that's the true you, and that's how the true you operates, through vibration and frequency. That's not foreign to you. So your physical body, it is going to feel different. It's going to feel weird. Again, but you use those tools the same way that you have been using them to cultivate a better attitude, cultivate a better relationship with yourself. That same process you did for that, you can use for your aura and your energy field expansion. This isn't just momentum, it's manifestation building in real time. Your field is preparing for a level of creation that can't be reasoned with. So once you start to do this, and these things happen, you got all these things in place. Once you start to do that, I mean, the level of creation, it just makes sense. It can't be reasoned with. It must be. Now, it can't be reasoned with, but you still must allow it. You still must allow it, because you can still not allow yourself to be fully, I'm not even going to say comfortable, but just allow yourself the latitude to receive and accept the ways that you're changing, the ways that you're expanding, the different ways that things are showing up for you. Allow yourself with gratitude. Allow yourself with gratitude to let these things happen to you. Code consciousness. Just like coding a system, the moment you understand your internal code, your output becomes intentional. Let's read that again. Just like coding a system, so computer programs or anything for your phone or any kind of computer-based system, the moment you understand your internal code, your output becomes intentional. I'm telling you, once you get to know you better, once you understand how you move and how you operate, you start writing. I mean, you're writing code anyway, but now when you do it from a conscious level, the output has no choice but to be different, because now you understand you more, and then you understand what you want to put out there, what kind of vibration, how you want to feel, how you want to have things go in your life. You understand exactly what that is for you. And once you do that, then you're at a space where you have to, again, this goes back to the allowing. You have to allow. You don't have to, but it'll be in your best interest to allow. No, I'm saying you have to allow for these things to happen in a full circle, and for these things to happen for you, so you're able to, move in a powerful way. You have to allow these things to happen. You have to allow yourself to feel confident and amazing. I know it's going to feel weird at first. It is. But once you start to do that, then your output changes. It has to, because your expectation and your perspective on life changes. So that's the byproduct of living the life you want to live and being the person you want to be. The byproduct of walking that confident, that strongly in who you are, the byproduct of that is a better life. Or not even say a better life, the life you want, the life you envision for yourself now that you're in a better space, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. There's no other way for that to happen. You're not reacting to life anymore. You're expecting a frequency blueprint. So blueprint is like plans. When you're building something, when you're constructing things, they have blueprints for like buildings, houses, any kind of physical structure. They've planned. This is just the physical aspect of it. They have already planned how they want this to look. That's what your vibration and your frequency is doing. And that's why you can feel it before you actually see it. because you actually, that frequency, that vibration, what you feel is already the blueprint to whatever's going to come. And so that's what your mind can conceive, that blueprint. It may happen different, or it may show up in this 3D way different than what you even planned in your mind. Because to me, your higher self and your oversoul, they've already worked this thing out, so once you get in the space of allowing, then the way that things show up are powerful and magnificent. And it may be different, and it may be a lot different, or maybe be a little different, but don't be married to it has to happen this exact way. Just don't be married to that, because that could also create some resistance. Because if it doesn't happen that exact way that you want it to, then you may be disappointed, because you still got, or you're still in a space of, abundance and reassurance, but it just didn't show up the way you thought it would show up. Don't hold resistance to that. Still be in a space where you're in love, light, happiness, but for how it's going to show up for you. Code isn't just knowing, it's remembrance activated in the body. So once you start to feel this way mentally and you're moving like this, your body does respond. Your body does respond. You'll feel lighter. You feel like, wow, I don't feel as bad, or I don't feel as heavy. That's what it is. You don't feel as heavy as you used to, because now you're not holding it's really just, once you start allowing, you're not holding resistance. You're not holding resistance to the situations that are happening. You're not holding resistance to anything that's going on. That creates lightness, and that actually creates, and then once you couple eating, clean, and eating how your body, that's one thing too, you have to know your body, eating how your body will respond. Then some kind of physical activity, walking, yoga, working out consistently, doing all those things, then it just helps your inner body, your outer physical body. It just helps it all in a full circle to be able to be the best version that you need to be in all areas. Am I too chill for this work? Let's talk about this, because at least for me, I know it seems like at times that I'm maybe too nonchalant about what's going on. Like, great things and things that just work out and situations happen, and I'm like, I'm happy and I'm grateful, but it's not like I'm not screaming, hollering. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing all of that. And I do think that at times, but I just had to sit in meditation and just unpack, who I am and how I operate. It's some people can do that, or some people do that, and I'm sure there's situations where I will be. I'm still excited, but I expect it, and I'm happy, and it just brings me so much internal joy when things go on, and then boom, the solution, or something happens, then the solution, or it's just anything, or something, or I get an opportunity that I never thought I would get. Like, it's again, it's just expected. I expect it. I'm still happy, but I'm already happy before then, though. I already feel, I'm in gratitude before then. But I have asked, am I too chill about this? The quieter your transformation, the more sacred it becomes. Let's speak to those who feel underwhelmed but are actually integrating deeply, because at least for me, I don't have those big waves of quantum leaps. Like, it'd be, every 6 months, or every quarter, or 3 months or whatever, I go through these big changes. I'm going through incremental changes each and every day. That's to me, it could be, I'm not going to say good and bad, but that has its pros and cons, because you get, so you don't have to worry about a big wave of something and dealing with you fall out of that. But every day you have to be conscious and be mindful of how you feel and how you move, because every day is a quantum leap, or every day I'm shifting, and I have to make sure that, some days, I'm just like, man, I don't feel like talking to nobody. I don't feel like doing nothing. But I gotta still keep myself, in a positive state, because it's like, because I can feel it, and because I can still remember how I used to think, or how I used to move, or what my expectation was, a month ago. But I can just feel that I don't even think like that from, just a month ago, or my perspective on different things have changed. So that right there is it's very interesting to get used to incremental, shifts instead of the big wave. And I have some big waves too, though, but that's you like, whoa, this is okay, all right, okay. Let me see how I need to organize this. Your calm is not disengagement; it's confirming. It's all it is. It's just confirmation that you were in the right space. You were doing exactly what you need to be doing. You're not detached. You're aligned. Because when you just expect these, when you're in this area of expectation, that's alignment. And it's okay for you to expect good, great, amazing, however things you want to describe them. It's good. It's okay to have that expectation. And then when they happen, it's okay to understand and be happy, and just know that, this was supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen. So let's tie this in. What part of you already knows how this works? What part of you already knows how this works, but was waiting for your permission for you to allow the things to come in? Are you still thinking you need to be doing more? Are you thinking that? Or are you ready to start being the code, being the more? Just be embodiment. What happens when you no longer fear how powerful you actually are? What will happen? How would you move today if you had no resistance to how powerful and how amazing you are? How would you move? What will be your response to life and how it unfolds if you realize that? You're not waiting for your moment. You are the moment. You're not searching for the blueprint. You've always been the architect. The structure of your life is no longer built in guessing. It's designed from the memory of truth echoing through your frequency. Let your expectations be sacred. Let your calm be confirmation. You don't have to explain anymore. You just have to build. So let's be builders. Let's continue to work one step at a time. One laugh, one cry, one moment, one activity, one everything at just at that time. Being the now. Understand where you are now, and just continue to grow, continue just to expand and have confidence in all that you do. It takes work. I'm not gonna say it takes hard work, but it just takes work in loving yourself and just having patience with yourself. You're not gonna do it all in one setting. You're not gonna be perfect at it just because you got your ways about you. And, you've been that way for a while. That version of you, or those different triggers and traumas, served, for their purpose, because they try to protect you. That's all they're trying to protect you. But now you don't need protection like that anymore. So just understand that you can do this. You can do it without anybody having to micromanage how you do it. And even you, don't micromanage yourself. Take one step at a time and continue to be in your highest level. So that wraps it up today. Hope this helped, helped your perspective, help our perspective as we continue just to move forward. Have a great one. Ashe.